chemical peels can use one of these acids, like a glycolic acid peel, or they can use several ingredients, like a Jessner peel is combined of lactic acid and salicylic acid, and then you can add on additional ingredients like vitamin C. Before we get into more chemical peels, let's talk skin. This is skin. At the very top, we have dead skin, or our stratum corneum, and this is part of the epidermis, which also gives us pigment. Below that is the dermis, which gives us strength and flexibility with collagen and elastin, and below that, the fat. Many of the common concerns people have about their skin, they fall to pretty reliable depths within the skin. So at the very top, very superficial, we have pigment, where our melanocytes live. About 0.5 millimeter into the skin, that's where our texture and pores are. About 1 millimeter into the skin, that's where fine lines live. And below that, about 1.5 millimeters, that's where deep wrinkles form in the skin. When we're talking chemical peels, we're talking the very top layers of the skin, so the epidermis and the upper dermis. First, glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is a good general peel. It's very tiny, so when it penetrates the skin, it does so in a very fast and irritating way, which can cause irritation in the skin. At low concentrations, less than 10%, it can get rid of the dead skin on top, so give you kind of a glow in appearance. When you get a glycolic acid peel in the office, if it's between 30 and 50%, it causes a very superficial peel, and this can address pigment. And the higher concentration, 70%, that will go down into the dermis, and that is a peel that can affect both pigment and address fine lines and texture and pores as well. Second, lactic acid. Lactic acid is a larger molecule than glycolic acid, so it can't penetrate as deeply, and when it does penetrate the skin, it does so very slowly, so it does not irritate. It can also lighten dark spots, and it loves water, so it provides hydration to that stratum corneum, so really good if you have sensitive skin or eczema-prone skin. Lactic acid you can buy over the counter in lower percentages. It also comes in higher percentages. You can get an in-office peel, though lactic acid peels aren't super popular. Third, salicylic acid. Salicylic acid we love for pores. It's attracted to oil. It gets down into the pore and it cleans it out. It's also anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, so we use it all the time for acne. Very common over the counter in a lot of acne products. You can also get a salicylic acid peel in the office, usually 20% or 40%. Fourth, mandelic acid. Mandelic acid is a large molecule, so it penetrates very slowly and very evenly. So this doesn't irritate you. It's also antibacterial, so it's great for acne or rosacea. You can buy mandelic acid over the counter, and we also do peels in office, usually about 40%, which this is a superficial peel. The next peel is a trick because it's 2 different acids in one, and we call it a Jessner peel. So a Jessner peel has both salicylic acid and lactic acid. A traditional Jessner peel also has resorcinol, which is an ingredient that lightens, but you can also get a modified Jessner peel, which can combine other ingredients in as well. The salicylic acid makes this perfect for oily or acne-prone skin, and the lactic acid is helpful to lighten areas of the skin. The Jessner peel is applied in layers, so if you have between 1 and 3 layers, that's considered a superficial peel because it goes into the epidermis. If you have 4 to 6 layers, that is considered a medium depth peel because it goes into the dermis. And lastly, a TCA peel, or a trichloroacetic acid peel. A TCA peel is one of our favorites. It's great for anti-aging because it penetrates down deep into the dermis, so it's great for collagen stimulation. It also can reduce pigment, and it's a great peel that in lighter percentages, it goes into the epidermis, so you can have a superficial peel, or it can go deeper into the dermis to give a medium depth peel. So what we just went over, those are the most basic of peels. They consist of one type of acid, except for the Jessner peel, but they have one type of acid, usually no additional ingredients, and they're just kind of the most basic peel you can get. There are also combination peels that incorporate multiple acids and they add different ingredients as well. For example, for VI peels or Vitality Institute peels, those consist of TCA and salicylic acid and additional ingredients like phenol and retinoic acid, vitamin C, etc. That is their original VI peel. You can add different ingredients. For example, if you add hydroquinone, hydrocortisone, and kojic acid, then it turns into their Precision Plus peel. But the foundation of the peel is that TCA and that salicylic acid. Next, SkinMedica Peels also combine different acids. The Vitalized Peel, that's 10% lactic acid, 10% salicylic acid, plus resorcinol panthenol, and that's a superficial peel. Their deeper peel is 15% lactic acid, 15% salicylic acid, and also resorcinol panthenol, and that's their rejuvenized peel, which is the deepest peel that they make. Next, PCA peels. These peels are mostly modified Jessner peels from what I saw, 14% lactic acid and 14% salicylic acid. That's the base of the Jessner peel. This peel in particular also adds hydroquinone, kojic acid, citric acid, but they add different ingredients. And then, this one is without the hydroquinone, just kojic acid and citric acid, but these are modified Jessner peels.